Hey everyone, I'm Neil. Thanks for tuning in to the very first episode of Flags Only, a podcast focused exclusively on flag football news and stories. So, since this is the first episode of the show, I thought I'd provide a little background. I want to say that I'm not a professional journalist. I don't work in sports. I don't work for a media company. I'm just a person and a fan. And I created Flags Only because if you haven't noticed, flag football is quickly becoming one of the biggest sports in the world. And when I tried to do a little bit more research on the sport, I found that there's really no dedicated coverage about it. There doesn't seem to be any websites or podcasts about it, so I thought I would start one. At least there was none that I could find. So as part of this project, I also started a companion website, FlagsOnly.com, where you can find more stories and resources. So I'm going to do my best to do my research, to reach out to leagues and players alike, and to provide stories to listeners about the growing world of flag football. Some episodes that I record may be short, some may be longer, I don't know. I'm excited to embark on this journey with all of you. I hope you enjoy it. You can always reach out to me at Neil, Neal, at flagsonly.com if there's a flag football story you want covered, or if there's any other flag football related stuff that you think I should look into. Again, I don't know how long the episodes are going to be, maybe 20 minutes. Since this is the first one, I'm going to keep it short and sweet and try to cover what I think are the biggest news stories around flag football right now. So first, I'm sure you've all heard this, especially given that it's the 2026 Winter Olympics right now, but flag football is coming to the Summer Olympics in 2028 in LA. This is the first time it is going to be an official sport at the Olympics. So in July 2028, we will get to watch flag footballers stand on a podium and accept medals as Olympic champions. That's huge. And hopefully this doesn't just become a meme like breakdancing of the 2024 Olympics. I think it will be taken a little more seriously than that. But also another really interesting angle here is that the NFL has actually approved letting current NFL players compete in the 2028 Summer Olympics in the flag football competition. So, we'll see what ends up happening, but we might really be on the precipice of a dream team-like moment. So back in 1992, NBA players like Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, they all competed in the Olympics for the first time on the Dream Team. And the effect, we've all seen the documentaries and everything. For those of us that weren't alive, or at least sentient back in the early 90s. But since then, basketball has truly become a global sport. And basketball today in 2026 looks really, really different than it did back in 1992. And so, thinking about how flag football at the 2028 Summer Olympics could be a very similar moment, again, it's very exciting to think that we could be on the precipice of watching a dream team-like moment, and that after 2028 and beyond, we might really see flag football become something a lot bigger than it currently is. So we'll see what happens. It's a couple years away in July 2028, but 2 years isn't that long. So we'll see what happens. More about the format. So there isn't a lot really out there yet about how it's all going to work, but we do know that there's going to be 6 countries competing in 2 tournaments, 1 tournament for women, 1 for men. It's been confirmed that the USA is automatically qualified. So we still have to wait to see what other countries are competing, but we know that the USA is going to be in it. And given who competed in the 2024 World Flag Championships, we can at least expect probably Mexico and Austria to field teams. We also don't know which players from the NFL are going to be competing or what the tryouts are going to look like or anything like that for the rosters. But we do know that Jalen Hurts, the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback, was named as an ambassador for the Olympics, for the 2028 Olympics, and he's expressed interest. So maybe that's a clue on who their quarterback's going to be, at least for the men's team. The other big story I want to cover is pretty light on details, but recently there was an announcement that the NFL, this was announced a few months ago, but there's a development here. So the NFL is working on launching a professional football league. That's not a rumor anymore. The NFL owners committed $32 million or $1 million per team to help launch the league. But the recent announcement is that they've teamed up with Tomorrow Media, TMRW, which is Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy's company. They teamed up to help launch this professional flag football league in the United States. So that's all we really know, at least according to reporting. It looks like they're targeting trying to launch that league before summer 2028 LA Olympics. So we'll see. Again, 2 years is not that long, and we really have no idea what that's going to look like, where the teams would be based, how many players, probably 10 players per roster. Really, like, the sky's the limit on this stuff. So that's it for episode 1. Those are the 2 big stories, which are huge. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in to episode 1. Nice and short, I think something like 5 or 6 minutes, which is great. Nice little aperitif for some flag football here, but really excited to kick this journey off and start reporting for you guys.